Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you on this Halloween afternoon. As Coach Jacobson reminded me, this is Cache Valley at its finest and with its finest right there. Thank you for being here. Referees John Martin, Ren Hoops, Bren Staples, Joshua Lyman, Rich Horlocker, and Charles Wood. Grateful for them being here tonight. Before we begin, we invite you again to do rowdy right. Let's make sure we're good sports and we do things right there. May we all rise as we bring out Sam Heiner to sing the national anthem. The list of sponsors for Ridgeline is abundant. Hopefully, over the course of this afternoon, we can read the sponsor businesses and those who have given money and time to make Ridgeline Sports what it is. But thank you. As always, Ridgeline High School would like to thank Intermountain Sports Medicine and athletic trainer Noah Ottman and Nate Burnett for covering all the sports medicine needs of Ridgeline Athletics. In the spirit of sportsmanship and in Ridgeline traditions, let's please welcome to the field East High football team. Captains for East, Drew Root, Joseph Cooley, James By, and Elijah. Nate Daly for Ridgeline.
Quoke, quack. It's a beautiful Halloween afternoon in Millville as Ridgeline gets set to host East in the second round of the State 4A football playoffs right here on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. I'm Eric Olson with you tonight for this matchup. And oh, what a matchup it could be. East comes into this one 5-6, but winners of 5 of their last 6 after starting 0-5 on this season. They are rolling. Speaking of rolling, Ridgeline 10-0, 7-0 in a region, number 1 in the state. There's really not any holes on this Ridgeline team, but they are going up against a physical East team that has hit their stride at the right time. Can East run the ball, control the clock, control the ball, and keep it out of the hands of Nate Daly and that Ridgeline high-powered offense? We're going to find out. Ridgeline scoring 51 points per game on the season and only giving up 8. Yeah, you heard me, 8. They've scored at least 34 points in every game. Their closest game was a 20-point win over Mountain Crest. Everything else has been a walk-away. East last week beat Murray 41-34 in the first round. 57 or more points 3 times in region play by this East team. Now Mountain Crest beat East in the opener 38-0, but this is a different East team than what we saw early in the season. So I would throw out the first 5 games. And one thing Coach Travis Cox told me before the game, he said, you know, East's coach should really be commended. Joe Tukuafu, he got the job in the middle of the summer. They started 0-5. They didn't score a touchdown for 4 games. He kept this team together. And again, now they are a force to be reckoned with coming into the playoffs. A team that's arguably much better than their seed coming into this playoffs. They're number 3 in Region 10.
Back to return to begin this game. Brady Cook and Graham Livingston returning. Cooley kicking for East.
It's the second round of the State 4A football playoffs here in Millville as Ridgeline plays host to East. Ridgeline will get the ball first. East set to kick off. Looks like Joseph Cooley will be doing the honors for the Leopards. Livingston takes it at the 1. Down the far sideline looking for a hole. Not much there as he's tackled by Otukolo at about the 20-21 yard line, and that's where Nate Daly in the offense takes over. Nate Daly, 68.5%, 2,804 yards, 36 touchdowns through the air, 8 rushing touchdowns, only 5 interceptions, 334 yards rushing, averaging 7 yards per carry. He doesn't run a lot, but when he does, he picks up yards, and they're going to start with 3 receivers to this near side. Livingston and 2 tight ends, Lishman. And in the middle, the guy that's being recruited all over America, Crew Jones. 1 receiver to the far side, Daly all alone in the backfield. They've got a drag underneath, everybody covered. Now that out pattern to Lishman. Hauls it in, looking for a few extra yards, and he's got him, he's loose! Owen Lishman on the first play from scrimmage. 79 yards, no flags.
Nate Daly. And many yards after the catch for a touchdown.
East looked like they had him wrapped up for about a 9-yard gain, and he slipped out of the tackle. And then he was off to the races.
Grady Dustin.
And Ridgeline scores quickly. 25 seconds into this second round game. Crosby with the kick, and he makes it 7-0. 11:35 to play in the first quarter. Just underway at Ridgeline, and it's already Ridgeline 7, East 0 on the game of the week on the Valley Channel. Whether you're a beginner or seasoned pro, KSM Music in Logan has everything you need to make music happen. They've got guitars, keyboards, drums, amps, accessories, live sound gear. They've got it all. Do you need repairs? Maybe you want some lessons. Maybe you want to learn how to play something. Well, their expert staff can help you learn, tune up, and upgrade your setup. Stop by KSM Music. They're proud to keep Cache Valley making music. So not the start that East was looking for as they give up the long touch as a short pass, but a long run. And Ridgeline 1 play, 79 yards, and they lead 7-0.
Number 0, Suleiman.
Suleiman and Cooley back to receive the kick. And it goes into the end zone, and East will take over. Drew Roos, the quarterback, 9 touchdowns on the season for East. Roos, number 7. Just a sophomore, 6 feet, 193 pounds. Utukolo is going to run off the field. And I don't know if there's an equipment problem or what. Suleiman will replace him. Coach Travis Cox said it, man, I'm excited for this game because East is going to come out and be physical. I'm excited for this matchup. Suleiman goes in motion, and Roos is going to keep it. Looking for an opening. He's got a couple of yards before he's taken down by a couple of Riverhawks. 3 yards for Roos. They call Perkins for the tackle. He's got 63 on the season. Now Otukolo comes back into the ball game. I don't know if he had an equipment problem or what. They sent him out of the huddle and to the sideline. Ellis will split wide along with Cooley, and Otukolo will be in the backfield. They go to the air. Up top to Ellis. He hauls it in for a gain of 10. And a first down.
Shawley on the tackle. That's a first down for East. 1st and 10.
So the Leopards move the chains. And get a new set of downs. 7-0 if you're just joining us. Ridgeline scoring on their first play from scrimmage. And now heavy up front. Roos keeps it, and he's caught in the backfield, loses 3.
Matt Ellis, Perkins, Shawley, and others on the tackle for Ridgeline.
Now it's 2nd and 13. They're going to give him a 2-yard loss instead of a 3, so 2nd and 12. 5 down linemen. And here comes Ridgeline. Roos hit as he throws, just about picked off, and Roos was really blasted. Cooper Clark came in late and put it right in Roos' ear hole, and he's shaken up. He's bent over and he's holding his head. He was really whacked. Oh, you can see, I don't know if we've got that shot. Yeah, you could see him in front of the huddle there, kind of bending over, and it brings up 3rd down and 12. 2 wide to this side and 1 tight to the far side. Roos goes underneath. Getting there and getting the receiver down on the ground is Ridgeline. Career hauls it in for about 7 yards, but it's 5 yards shy of the first down.
I'll bring up 4th down, punting formation. Cooley back to punt, and Brady Cook preparing to return for Ridgeline.
Cooley's going to punt. Slow roller back to him, and he's run into. Here's the flag. Clark right in his face, knocked him down. Instead of trying to go across the leg, he went straight into him. So that's going to be a first down for East on the penalty. That's a personal foul. That's going to be 15 yards on Ridgeline, and East will pick up the first down via penalty. And Roos is on the sideline with his coach getting ready to come back in. He took a heck of a shot on an incomplete pass, hit just as he threw it, and he was slow to get up. And he's up and in there now. So Ridgeline gives up 15 yards. It's roughing the kicker, not just running in. I mean, when you run into him straight on, that's roughing the kicker. Otukolo in the backfield. They give it to Cooley on the end around. And Cooley loses a yard.
Off to Cooley. Crew Jones and Hunter Knighton.
Knighton and Jones there for the stop. Jones with 10 of Ridgeline's 40 quarterback sacks this season. He's their leader. He needs 1 more sack to tie for the most in a season for a Ridgeline player. That's to tie himself. He had 11.5 last year. Run the same motion, and this time they throw to Cooley. trying to set up a little bit of a screen, but Clark was there before Roos could set up, and it's third down. Roos is 2 for 4 for 17 yards. And the 2 that have been incomplete, he was under pretty heavy pressure. Suleiman and Tuamohiloa on this near side. And Otukolo is in the backfield. He's going to stay in and block. Roos unloads wide at the target. He had his man coming back for it. Nele Tuamohiloa was coming back for it, but he threw it a little bit wide and outside. It's fourth down. And I would imagine Ridgeline's probably going to be a little more careful on how they come after this punt. This one, they get a piece of it. They block it. The snap back to the punter is kind of a high floater, and so I think Ridgeline's probably seen that. And because they came after it hard that time. And they got it. It ends up going downfield.
First and 10, heading north.
But not very far. In fact, it ends up being, I think, a negative punt. And Ridgeline back on the field with their offense. Fia in the backfield now. He started on the sideline as they went with all the wide receivers on the first play of the game. Here comes Livingston. Give to Fia. Big hole off the right side. Fia into the secondary. He's taken down hard. Here comes flags after. 14 yards, and the far side official threw a flag as he was running the spot. Not sure if that's a sideline warning or what. Didn't see. I just looked up to see where he was going to spot it. He was throwing the flag as he was running to spot it.
Anchoring.
They called it on East. They called it unsportsmanlike. Could not hear what the rest of the call was. So they add 15. And one thing Ridgeline's offense does not need is help. And they got it there after the 14-yard completion. Or the 14-yard run, I should say. 15 on top of it, ends up being 29 yards, and now they're in business inside the 20. Fia stays in the backfield with Daly. He's going to leak out. Daly across the middle, throws a dart to Livingston, spinning inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line.
Throwing the ball to
14 yards, first and goal.
Lopez on the tackle. First and goal.
Ridgeline doing Ridgeline things. And that's just coming out and offensively blitzing the opponent. They're 5 yards away from a 2-score lead, and we're still early in this first quarter. 7:30 to play as Fia takes it down to the 2.
With the handoff, number 51.
I'd hate to try to prepare for this offense defensively. They can just do a little bit of everything. Mendoza at the nose there. He's a 5'11", 275-pound freshman for East. They've got some beef in there. The Ridgeline will take what they're given, and they're good at taking. Daly has trouble with the snap. Gets a hold of it, finds his man Livingston in the back of the end zone for the 3-yard touchdown.
Nate Daly with a throw in the end zone to Graham Livingston. Touchdown, Ridgeline.
Livingston 3 for 3 here in this first quarter. 96 yards, 2 touchdowns. Of course, the first one a 79-yarder. West in to try to make it 14-0. And he does. Ridgeline on top by 2 scores with 6:51 to play in the first quarter in the second round playoff game on the Game of the Week. Craving something fast and fresh? Wendy's in Logan is now offering the $8 JBC meal. Yeah, that stands for Junior Bacon Cheeseburgers. 2 of them, plus medium fries and a medium drink, all for just $8. It's available at both the North and South Main locations. Can you get a Frosty with that? Well, sure, yeah, get a Frosty with it. Dip your fries in it if you want. Wendy's in Logan serving 100% fresh, never frozen beef with real ingredients. Drive-through, dine-in, order via the app. And Wendy's of Logan, a Game of the Week sponsor. It's a little
ball down by Lopez, and here comes the offense.
Little pooch kick type thing to try to maybe take East off guard and get a cheap one. And East was ready. Lopez jumps on it. And now East back out onto the field in good field position at the 47-yard line. They're down 2 scores. That's the bad news for the Leopards. The good news, if you're a Leopards fan, is there's 6:51 to play in the first quarter. There's plenty of time. Give up the middle to Otukolo.
Hunter Knighton on the tackle.
He picks up about a half a yard, so give him a yard.
Otukolo.
Now it's 2nd down and 10. Roos goes to the sideline for the play and brings it back in. Of course, East probably not in any hurry. They want to limit those offensive possessions for Ridgeline. 4 seconds on the play clock. They get it off. Running the little screen. Catch is made by Cooley. Slips out of the tackle attempt. And picks up about 3.
First contact. Cooley on the catch.
Shawley slows him down.
That brings up 2nd down and about 8.
And it's 3rd down.
Correction, 3rd down and 8.
Roos has been under pressure when they've had to throw downfield. They've tried a couple of times for some longer developing plays, and he's been under pressure, and Ridgeline is up. The safety's up. There's nobody down the middle. We'll see how many of them they send. And the clock's down to 0, and East takes too much time. Second penalty of the afternoon for the Leopards.
Go grab yourself a weighted blanket or other blankets. Supporting
and so now
softball.
It'll be 3rd and 12.
Near the south end of the stadium, Ridgeline softball fundraiser. Go grab yourself a weighted blanket or just a normal blanket.
Bruce with 2 wide receivers to his left. Going up top, he's got a man. Puts it right on him, and he slips out of a tackle and into the end zone for 54 yards and a touchdown.
East. Cooley.
That's Cooley.
Cooley, touchdown.
Oh, the Leopards have entered the chat. That was on 3rd and long. And they gave Roos enough time to stand back there and deliver. There were 2 receivers pretty much running free. Kicks kind of a duck, but the duck flies through. And it's a 14-7 ball game. 5:07 to play in the first period. East gets on the board. 14-7 Ridgeline. You ever find yourself in a noisy room and somebody's talking and you're just having a really hard time picking out that conversation from all the other noise? If you're worried about that, if you haven't, it makes you kind of worry a little bit. At Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, Dr. Paul Daines can help, whether it's tinnitus, a loss of hearing in one ear, or just turning up the TV too loud. They have the solutions. They're at 485 North Main in Logan. They got parking behind the building. You can give them a call. Go online. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology and Dr. Paul Daines will help you be able to hear what's going on in life again. So East with the big play, showing that Ridgeline's not the only team that knows how to go up top. This one's going to go into the end zone. The Ridgeline offense will come out to the 20 and start there, leading 14-7 with 5:07 to play in the first quarter.
Anchoring the offense for Ridgeline. Jason Knight is center. Nate Daly, quarterback.
This East offense averaging about 36 points a game.
Behind that offensive line of Ridgeline.
That's even after being shut out for 4 games early in the season. Fia picks up 7. We've seen Ridgeline do it through the air in their first 2 drives, but they also run the ball very well. And they're in a running look right now. Hand it off into the secondary. Fia sliding out of tackles and into East territory.
Fia running through.
32 yards for Fia.
Up the middle. First down. Tripped up by Blaylock for the Leopards.
This Ridgeline offense runs so well to their right. They run well both directions, but they really excel running it to their right. At least late in the season, that's what it seemed like. Livingston's in the slot to this near side. Fia in the backfield, fake the give, throw it to Livingston. Livingston making a move, making another one. Down the sideline and out of bounds, just shy of the 30. 20 yards are running for 9 yards on the field. Three catches, 26 yards, and a touchdown for Livingston. And Ridgeline quickly back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 1, see if they go up top. 2 deep safeties are going to go underneath to Livingston on the far side. Slides by one would-be tackler, gets down inside the 20-yard line. East is having problems tackling right now.
First down, Ridgeline. Pass by Daly. Ellis.
17 yards.
Out of bounds for the Leopards.
That's the one thing I've seen East defensively. They've had guys that have been where they're supposed to be. Their Ridgeline guys are just breaking tackles. Tight splits for the line, see if they hand it off. Give it to Fia. Bounces to the right, looking for the pylon, he's got it.
Fia on the carry.
From 14 yards out.
Touchdown.
So Ridgeline answers the East touchdown. with 3:31 to play in this first quarter.
Brady Dustin snapping. Crew Cox holding. And Crosby.
There have been 5 total possessions in this game between the two teams and 4 touchdowns scored.
Crosby with the kick.
3:31 to play in the first quarter. Ridgeline back out to a 2-score lead, 21-7 over East on the game of the week.
Saturday, November 22nd will be the Ridgeline High School annual mattress sale.
From bulk vegetable and flower seeds to shrubs, trees, bird food, garden tools, and home decor, Anderson Seed and Garden has the selection and the know-how that you need. If you're wondering this time of year, what should I be doing? You know, maybe you're a first-time homeowner and it's their first time taking care of a lawn or a garden. What do I do in the fall to make this better for when it all wakes up in the spring? Their staff at Anderson Seed and Garden can help you with everything you need. Go to AndersonSeedandGarden.com to browse their seed collections, perennials, gardening resources, or go see them at 69 West Center. Anderson Seed and Garden, a Game of the Week sponsor. Well, we've got a track meet here in Millville in the early going. We mentioned before the break, 5 total possessions, 4 touchdowns. And the one that didn't end in a touchdown was East getting a punt blocked. So we have not lacked for action. Drew Roos is 4 of 6 for 74 yards and a touchdown. Cooley, 2 catches, 57 yards, including that 54-yard touchdown. Roos is going to keep it. Pulling guard downfield, and the defensive tackle followed the guard like you're supposed to do and made the play.
Jonathan Grohl.
That's
on the tackle
Grohl.
for Ridgeline.
He was a player that Travis Cox mentioned earlier today. Alice and Grohl, those defensive tackles. When I asked him about who's been a pleasant surprise this year, he mentioned those 2 guys have been so good inside that they've let the defense do other things. Big hit.
Reception.
4 yards on the reception by Creer.
Creer on the reception for the Leopards.
But Perkins laid the wood to him. It's going to be 3rd and 9. We saw Roos take that big hit on their first possession, and he was slow to get up. He was bent over. But he's 5 of 7 for 78 yards and a touchdown. He seems to have shaken it off. It's a tough kid. He's putting one up there, and he puts it too far inside. It's picked off. Picked off by Colston Clark, the sophomore.
Colton Clark.
Roos had a receiver down the seam on the right side. He threw it too far to the middle, and that was an easy one for Clark. I don't know if that's an errant throw or if the receiver stayed vertical when he should have maybe bent a little bit. And now the East defense back out onto the field and tasked with keeping Ridgeline within shouting distance. It's 21-7 Ridgeline, still 1:57 to play in the first quarter, and the Riverhawks offense back out onto the field. 5 wide. See if they take a shot right now. They're going to go underneath to Livingston, and they're lucky. Ridgeline's lucky they didn't get a flag. Their right tackle left a little bit early.
Laylock on the tackle.
Must be going with NFL rules. Daly 6 for 6, 128 yards, 2 touchdowns. We're in the first quarter. I don't think the clock started on that play. Dally turn and hand it to Fiafia. Clock still hasn't started. So the clock hasn't run for 2 plays.
On the tackle, or on the run. On the tackle, 52.
Fiafia loses a yard.
James Vi on the tackle for the Leopards.
Yeah, the clock is stuck at 1:57. For the last 3 plays, that clock hasn't moved, and now the back judge is finally trying to get them to run the clock, and they do. No wonder it's been a long quarter. 3rd and 5 for Ridgeline. East trying to get off the field. Livingston finds the dead spot. Pulled down at about the 30.
Solomon on the tackle. Livingston on the
12 yards on 3rd down.
Valley. That'll move the chains north. 1st down, Ridgeline.
Four-man front for East. Fiafia following his pulling tackle and guard. G&T pull. And he picks up close to 6. I'll give him 5. 1 minute now to play in this first quarter. 21-7 Ridgeline. And Ridgeline driving again. East turning it over on the interception near midfield. Ridgeline working with a short field now. Fiafia switches sides. Dally looked down the middle, didn't like what he sees. Now he unloads to Livingston, who's all by himself with nothing but green grass in front of him. He's to the end zone. Touchdown, 26 yards.
By Dally, the block by Brady Cook. Runs it in. Touchdown, Graham Livingston.
Well, that was the Travis Kelsey special. The best receiver on the team, yet somehow he's standing in the clear with no one within 10 yards of him, always. That's where Livingston was. Best receiver out there, and somehow there's no one within 10 yards of him. Kicks up, kicks good. It's 28-7 with 28 seconds to play in the first quarter. Ridgeline extends the lead in this second round playoff game on the Valley Channel. If you're looking for the locally baked goodness, the Old Grist Mill is the place to go. They've got their handcrafted breads, they've got their sweet treats, their soups, their sandwiches, using their freshly milled flour. Drop in at one of their Logan locations, or visit theloganggristmill.com to plan your next order. The Old Grist Mill, where tradition rises. They are a Game of the Week sponsor. Hurricane leads Highland 8-0. Crimson Cliffs leading Timpanogos 20-6. Stansbury leads Mountain Crest 14-0. Skyview trails Park City 7-0. Pineview and Skyline tied at 7. All scores in the 4A playoffs. Cooley returns this one out across the 25 to about the 28-yard line. And the Leopards will take over there, trailing 28-7. The winner of this game will play the winner of the Park City Skyview game. If Ridgeline wins, they'll play at home. If East wins, then East would have to go on the road. Ellis and Cooley to this near side. One receiver in tight to the far side, one back with Roos. Fake the give. Roos is going to put it in the air. Receivers rolling on the ground, and that's because he was taken down early.
Penalty markers.
Hunter Shawley says, what? Yeah, he was there early. The main problem with that was he had his hand wrapped. He had his offhand wrapped all the way around the receiver and kind of turned him, and that's an easy call. But if you play cornerback, it's like playing basketball, right? You're always fouled if you're a basketball player and you've never traveled. If you play corner, you've never committed pass interference, ever. So that's 15 yards against Ridgeline. Their second penalty of the afternoon, a beautiful afternoon on Halloween. I mean, you don't get this on the last day of October very often here in Cache Valley. Turn and give, running hard out toward the first down marker and picking up 12 is Otukolo.
Cohen Richards on the tackle.
Best run of the afternoon by any of the Leopards.
Driving his way for a first down.
And that's going to be the end of the first period. 28-7, Ridgeline leads. Second quarter coming up. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel.
Here in Millville on a perfect afternoon on Halloween.
When you want fencing that stands the test of time, turn to custom fence in Logan. You got a little time maybe to get some fence in here this fall before the ground freezes. Maybe you want to do it next spring. Well, give them a call now. Get something lined up. Get a bid from them. Custom Fence built thousands of fences across multiple states. They can take care of yours. Custom Fence, a Game of the Week sponsor. I'm looking across the way. There's a guy. Look at that. He's right across the way there. He's got the best seat in the house. He's watching the game. That's all right. How do I get seats like that? Are they expensive? We start the second quarter. East throwing the ball.
Braxton Perry pushing Ellis, who had the reception.
Ellis makes an 8-yard grab. 2 catches, 18 yards for number 5. Stansbury's just scored again to go up on Mountain Crest 21-0. Stansbury is really coming on from Region 11 here late in the season. They're always good. Fake the give, get rid of it quickly. First down. Gain of about 8 to Tuamohiloa.
To number 8, Cooley. Correction, Tuamo.
So now they're going to the quick game.
On the reception.
Just a quick hit. And it's a first down at the 31-yard line of Ridgeline. Bruce fakes the run, throws over the middle. He had his man. Boy, he had Carmelo Tuamohiloa, the senior tight end, 6'3", wide open in a dead spot. And he just missed him. He'd probably love to have that one back. Seven of 10 for Roos, 94 yards and a touchdown, 1 interception. Cooley and Inele Tuamohiloa, the junior, split out wide to the right. Richards giving chase to Roos. Roos a little bit high, and it falls incomplete. It's 3rd and 10.
Intended for Tuamohiloa. On pressure, Cohen Richards. Which brings up
Richards.
3rd down.
He's quite a story. Coach Cox telling me a story about him earlier about when he was younger. He was playing receiver, but the way he was built, Coach Cox and the coaches thought, man, this kid could probably play line. And they talked to him and said to him, you want to get on the field faster? Maybe think about playing line. Go home and think about it. And he thought about it, and he said, yeah, Coach, I want to play. He's become a lineman, and he's become a heck of a defensive end. Here's the screen on 3rd and long. Ball caught and then fumbled out of bounds. Let's see if they call that a catch and a fumble or incomplete. They're going to call it incomplete. The official right on top of it. Oh, they're going to call it a catch and a fumble. So it's 4th down. One for 4 on 3rd downs for East, and they're in a spot where they're down 28-7, and they have to try to keep up. That they're going to go for it on 4th and 13. Everybody up for Ridgeline, and they blow the play dead.
Whistle.
I think East called timeout. The play clock was down, ready to run out. So East's going to talk about this. It's 4th and 13. You're down 28-7, 10:31 to play in the first half. East's going to talk about what they want to do. But I had a chance to talk with Ridgeline head coach Travis Cox earlier today. I talked about his team and getting his thoughts on a 10-0 season, another perfect season, 2nd in a row, and he's had, I think this is their 3rd perfect season. He said, well, so far so good. That's what's been the key. He said competing at practice every day. They changed how they practiced after last year's playoff loss, and the ones are going against the ones far more often in their practice this season, and he said it's really helped keep these guys sharp. All right, East offense back in there. Roos with Otukolo back there with him. He's gonna sprint out and he's gonna throw it incomplete. Even if he would have been able to complete that pass, it was way short of the sticks. Just the pressure from Ridgeline. They were in the backfield in a hurry. And East is going to turn it over on downs. That's the conundrum you've got when you're playing against this high-powered Ridgeline offense, right? You've got to try to score as many points as you can because you know that they're going to score a bunch. I mean, they hang half 100 every time, literally every time they walk into the stadium. They've had 4 games where they've scored more than 60 points this season. Dally turns and hands it off. That's West with an 11-yard run.
Heading south for Ridgeline. Moves the chains.
Moves it out to the 45-yard line. Another thing I'm looking at as I look across the way at the east sideline, they don't have a ton of players. They've got a few kids over there that are clearly, they're injured and they're not dressed. So you got to think that maybe those kids they could get tired before this one's over. Dally going up top. And he misses Brady Cook. His first incompletion of the afternoon. So West in there at running back now. Fiafia's fine. He's over on the sideline, standing with Coach Cox and the other coaches. But he talked to me today about Crosby West and about what a great running back room he has. Throwing the out to Livingston. Livingston makes a move. Livingston on the move.
Dally to Livingston. Moves the
25
chains,
yards.
10.
Eight for 112 for Livingston. There's 9:40 to play in the half. Ridgeline looking to put more on the board. East backing out into a zone. So they go underneath.
Brady Cook on the reception.
Cook picking up about 9.
Tuamoho Heloa on the tackle for East.
Cook's first catch of the night. It's been the Livingston show. 8 for 112, 1 for Lishman, 1 for Cook. Livingston will go in motion. Pressure coming up the A gaps. Give it off to West. He needed a yard. I don't think he got it. He needed 2 yards. He got 1.
Tuiono for East.
And here's a strange position for the Ridgeline offense so far today. A 3rd down. By my very unofficial statistics, this is their first 3rd down of the afternoon. Cook and Livingston split wide. Fiafia in and then 2 wings. Give it to Fiafia right up the middle. He's tripped up. He had a big hole. And he's tripped up by Lopez, or else he picks up a lot more. As it is, he gets enough for the first down.
First down, moves the chain south. First down, Ridgeline.
Lishman, Cook, Livingston to this near side. Fiafia in the backfield. Throw it out to Livingston. Running a little screen. It's coming back because of a hold on the edge. Livingston makes it all the way to the end zone, but there's a hold
we have
out about the 15, 16-yard line.
For the kick, we have Carson R.
It's about the 14-yard line. That was pretty obvious out there in the middle of space. The receiver that was blocking, I think it might have been Lishman, he took that defensive back by the shoulder pads, and spun him around and threw him down. More like a tackle than a block.
So Ripken's kicking, and also Carson R.
So that happened about 3 yards down the field. That's going to take it back to about the 24-yard line. Ridgeline's 3rd infraction of the half. So the Riverhawks will try again, this time 1st and 17. 7:48 to play in the half, 28-7 Ridgeline. Cook goes in motion. Daly fires the strike behind Richards. So that's not a strike, that's a ball. Daly, in his 4 years of starting, especially early, he could really run hot and cold. He runs hot most of the time now. You've just seen his maturity and his, as he's developed over the years. Going from that freshman playing to the senior that he is now. Lots of snaps under his belt. 2nd down and 17. Ridgeline wants a timeout. Coach Cox didn't like something that they saw. And they're going to talk about it a little bit. 7:43 to play in the half. 28-7, Ridgeline.
$100 off retail prices.
October's wrapping up at KSM Music. Been able to score huge savings on electric guitars and basses and select amps at KSM all month long. Well, the month's not quite over if you're watching us live, or if you're watching us and it's still the 31st. Get on ksmmusic.com, see if you can get something online there and still get in on part of the great Rocktober deals at KSM Music. Mountain Crest on the board against Stansbury. It's 28-7 in that ball game. Park City leading Skyview 10-7. That one's at Park City. 2nd and 17. Daly's in trouble. Daly reverses out. Fakes the pass, tucks it in.
Nate Daly
picks up
in the backfield,
10.
Takes off upfield.
And that's what we were talking about earlier in the game. He's averaging about 7.5, 8 yards a carry, and they don't really run a ton of designed runs for him, but every once in a while he might have to bail out. And when he does, he picks up pretty good yardage because everybody's chasing all his receivers. They're not watching him. 3rd and 7. 1 for 1 on 3rd downs for Ridgeline. Livingston switches sides. Daly delivers it to Jones, and he turns in and bowls his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Riverhawks. 16 yards. Jones' first catch of the night.
Crew Jones, touchdown. With the band playing, Grady Dustin hiking, Crew Cox holding, and Crosby kicking.
Crew Cox, the holder, gets it down. Crosby West boots it through. It's 35-7. Ridgeline extending that lead with 7:26 to play in the first half of this second round 4A state playoff game on the Valley Channel.
Pirate on Halloween evening.
Ridgeline leading this one 35-7. It's the first ever meeting between Ridgeline and East. Nate Daly's putting up some big numbers here in this first half. He's number 2 in the Ridgeline record books for touchdown passes in a season with 36 coming into this game. Well, he's got some more now. Caden Cox has 55. He's the leader. Daly now has 40. After 4 in this first half. Daly's thrown 113 career touchdown passes. This is his 4th best yards year. His 3rd best. It's the school's 4th best. He's 185 yards from 3rd. Well, he's now in 3rd. 795 yards coming into this game for number 1. As far as most yards in the season by a quarterback, and that number's declined by a couple hundred yards already. So he's got a shot, if they stay alive, of getting to the top of the record book.
Brock Berkeley and Joe Campbell also there.
It's only returned to the 12-yard line, so East starts backed up deep in their own territory. Staring at 88 yards and a 35-7 hole. Otukolo in the backfield. They throw it out to Cooley at the edge. That play's worked pretty well as Ridgeline's just played back.
Cooley on the reception for East.
Not wanting to give up anything cheap, letting anybody get behind him. 5 yards. Cooley 3 for 62 in the touchdown. Roos 9 of 13. For 96 yards in the touchdown and 1 interception. East they've had to throw the ball because they've been behind right from jump almost. I mean, Ridgeline scored on their first offensive play of the game. And so East has had to throw the ball, so they haven't really been able to establish a run at all.
Otukolo on the carry. Block of Riverhawks on the tackle.
Otukolo doesn't get anything on that. It's third down. 1 for 5 on third downs for East. Ridgeline's offsides, so they're going to get one the easy way here. Two first downs via penalty for East this afternoon. Still 6:38 to play in this first half. With all the scoring, there's been a lot of stoppage in play. 6 total touchdowns. Ridgeline has scored on every possession. Suleiman and Cooley into the ball game, and Ellis will head to the sideline for East. Suleiman to the right, Cooley to the left, and Carmelo to Omohiloa, your tight end on this near side. Turn and give it off, trying to maybe see if they can get some running established here. Nothing doing as Alice makes the tackle for a yard loss on Otukolo.
Jonathan Grohl also there for Ridgeline.
8 yards rushing for East.
As well.
8 carries, 8 yards. And again, they've had to put the ball in the air. 13 times they've thrown the ball. They haven't been able to really keep a drive going. This is a double move. Throwing it out there for Cooley, and it's just a little bit out of his reach. He had a step.
Colton, Clark, and Braxton Perry. Again, Ripken Jensen.
And now it's 3rd and 11.
Please go to the table. Booster Club table.
Green Canyon is leading Snow Canyon 9-7 early in the second quarter. That would be quite the upset.
The Wilson Motor Bronco, and also the $1,000. Head on over.
Otukolo in the backfield with Roos. 5 up for Ridgeline. They're bringing them all. Look out, Roos spun down and sacked. A big loss.
Into the backfield for a loss of yards.
14-yard loss as Clark comes off the edge and takes Roos down. So when they're getting East in these 3rd and long situations, sometimes they're just putting everybody up and you don't know where the rusher's coming from. Other times they're dropping a guy and bringing someone else, almost like a zone blitz type thing. It's just all going the Riverhawks' way here in this first half. This punt goes nearly 40 yards.
Here comes Ridgeline.
Out to the
10.
49-yard line, so Ridgeline with plenty of time.
Heading south.
And they have the ball at the East 49-yard line. Fia in, 2 wide each side. Cook goes in motion. Pressure coming. Daly steps up and finds Cook down to the 30-yard line.
Brady Cook on the reception. Moves the chains. First down. Pass by Daly. Ellis on the tackle.
First and 10 at the 29. Fake the give. Look at that little skinny post. for Livingston, and it's just off of his hand and incomplete. Livingston, of course, the BYU commit. Said it before, I'll say it again. You hate to see players like that get out of the Valley. Love to see him staying here and playing in the Pac-12 up on the hill here. But it's also great to see the Valley players getting a chance to go on to the next level. A lot of good players here in Cache Valley. Fia runs right into the teeth of the blitz and a loss of a yard. First play of the afternoon that's gone for negative yardage for Ridgeline. East timed that just right. Tuiono, the senior linebacker, 6 feet 225, came shooting through like he'd been shot out of a cannon. Now it's 3rd and 10. Look out, Daly throws it just as this rush gets to him. Fia standing there all alone, has his relief valve, and he gets all the way down inside the 10-yard line.
Sullivan on the tackle, Fia.
23 yards
volleyball
on 3rd and long.
Soccer, girls volleyball, 4th and 8th grade mini ball championship teams. Please come down to the south
Now it's
end.
1st and goal inside the 10-yard line at about the 8 for Ridgeline. Lishman and Livingston to the near side. 2 receivers split wide to the far side. Fia's in the backfield. They're going to throw a little out. He was looking for Jet Jensen, the sophomore, and the pass was behind Jensen.
Girls
2nd and goal.
volleyball, girls soccer, and the 8th grade and 4th grade mini bowl championship teams.
13 of 16, 258 yards, 4 touchdowns for Daly, and there's still 3 minutes to play in the first half. Fia is 77 yards rushing on 9 carries. It's been all Ridgeline in this first half. They lead 35-7. Give it off. Putting his head down, looking for the end zone, and finding it is Fia.
Noah Komolotu, Fia, touchdown.
An 8-yard touchdown run for Fia as he finds the end zone for the first time. And Ridgeline stays perfect on their touchdowns per possession, 6 for 6. West, one step, boots it through, and with 3:07 to play in the half, it's Ridgeline 42, East 7. It's the second round of the State 4A playoffs on the Valley Channel. Your property deserves a fence that not only protects it, but enhances its appearance. At Custom Fence, they can do that for you. Wood, steel, aluminum, vinyl, chain link, all fencing tailored to your needs, whether you want privacy, decorative style, or security. Their designers and installers will make it happen. They serve homeowners, businesses, schools, and more. Give them a call or visit customfence.com and schedule a consultation. Get a quote. Custom Fence, Game of the Week sponsor. It's been all Ridgeline right from the jump. On the first play of the game, it's a 79-yard touchdown pass and run for the Riverhawks, and they've never looked back. It was 14-7 midway through that first period, but now it's 42-7. And Suleiman gets it across the 15 before he's finally tackled at about the 17-yard line, and their flag comes in to see what it is.
Dancing the thriller, We have the cheer squad. We have several teams we're going to honor.
6 penalties in this first half in total. 4 on Ridgeline, 2 against East as we await the call. And this one's on East for a hold. So their 3rd penalty of the afternoon, their first here in the second quarter. Again, East backed up. They started their last possession deep in their own territory, and they start this one even deeper in their own territory. And they're going to have to be careful because they've been giving up a couple of sacks, and the last one was a 14-yarder. You give up a sack like that down here, that's called a safety. Roos hit as he throws, and he hangs it up there, and it's picked. Picked and heading the other way is Colton Clark. Clark puts his head down.
Number 23.
And returns it.
Interception. Ridgeline football.
Back inside the 10. So Roos has thrown 2 picks now here in this first half as East has had to go to the air because they're playing from behind. Ridgeline's just coming after him. Roos stood in there as long as he could. He had a player, it looked like it was Brady Cook maybe, that was draped on his back as he threw it. And maybe he couldn't follow through on that because that one sailed wide right into the hands of Clark. Clark, somebody that Travis Cox talked about too, is having a big season. Wide open in the flat is Fiafia, and he walks in. 2 touchdowns in less than a minute for Fiafia and the Ridgeline offense. And they're blowing this one wide open. Kicks up and good, 49-7. Ridgeline rolling. 2:39 to play in the first half on the game of the week. I've been doing this for a long time, right? With these headphones on, radio, TV, and it gets loud in here, and it makes me worry now. I'm getting a little bit older. But don't let hearing loss silence your life. At Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, they demystify hearing aids and hearing problems. Tailored fittings and the best care around from Dr. Paul Daines at Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, a Game of the Week sponsor. Ridgeline's had a couple of weeks off, and it doesn't look like it. They have been sharp. This one's returnable. Suleiman stopped like he thought he would, because his feet were in the end zone, and then he turned and looked at the official who was winding it, saying that, hey, you can return this. I'm unsure of that rule because all the games I've seen games where, just like that, where the guy catches it with 1 foot out, and as he catches it, his other foot goes back into the end zone, and they call it a touchback. And I've seen it like that, where they let him return it. And clearly, Suleiman was thinking the same things. He was a little bit confused. Mountain Crest has scored again against Stansbury. It's 28-14 now in that one. Good ball game going out there in the Tooele Valley. Here's the give and a couple yards for Otukolo.
Roll on the tackle for Ridgeline.
Somebody's hurt.
Otukolo on the carry.
And it's one of the Leopards.
Medical coverage of tonight's game is provided by Intermountain Sports Medicine, the official medical provider.
I think we're talking a cramp for Otukolo because That's who was down, and now he's up, working it out, heading back to the sideline. Green Canyon leading Snow Canyon 16-13. That one in the second quarter. Again, the other game we're keeping our eye on is Skyview Park City. The winner of that game plays the winner of this one next week. It looks like it's going to be right here in Millville. That would be the game that we'll probably be doing that game as well here on the Valley Channel. Another run and gain of a couple of yards.
Cooley on the carry.
For Cooley.
Hunter Knighton.
And it's third down. 2 of 7 in the first half on third down for East. As we're under 1:45 to play in the half, it's been all Ridgeline, 49-7. East had a rough start to the season, but winners of 5 of their last 6 games. Scored 57 or more points in 3 of their region games. Roos hits the deck again, doesn't have time to do much. And he just throws it out there, and it's incomplete. This means running clock for the second half. You get into a second half, the team leads by 35 points.
In punt formation, back to return
The
punt.
clock runs, does
Brady
not
Cook.
stop on incomplete passes and such. It just continues to run. There's certain times that it stops, but Ridgeline's had a lot of those games. Boy, they come after that punt again, and they hit the punter again. It's Richards. He grabs him, tries to hold him, keep him from falling down.
Ridgeline.
But they're still going to call
We'll
it for
take
it.
over first and
They've
10.
come after that punt a couple of times, and at this point, you probably don't need to. But, you know, maybe they're
Ball spotted
working
the
on that
30-yard line.
punt block. So that's going to move the ball out. Should move it out about the 25-yard line. If it's they're going to call it roughing or running in. Still waiting for the white hat to give us the word. I'm calling that running into the kicker. So that's only 5 yards. So it's not an automatic first down. The snap from center back to the punter, it's kind of a floater, right? Takes a minute to get back there. And Ridgeline's been coming after it because of that. They've got one, and they've got penalties on 2 others. This one's a little bit short. Punter comes up and gets it, kicks it away, takes a great bounce for East. Rolls all the way down to the 42. 59 seconds to play in the half.
Just under a minute until halftime.
Ridgeline's offense will be back out on the field, sitting on a 49-7 lead.
For the kicking of the Wilson Motor kick.
107 yards on the ground, 264 through the air in the first half.
And cheer squad.
So 371 yards in the first half for Ridgeline. Here's Hudson Perry in the backfield, another one of those running backs that Coach Cox talked about. He talked about what great teammates they all are for each other. He said it's so hard to get all of them the playing time that they deserve. And Perry comes into the ball game, and Andrew Mendoza introduces himself to him, all 275 pounds of him, and it's a loss of 3. Second and 13. Livingston climbs the ladder, makes the catch, has a first down.
Graham Livingston on the reception. Tackled by
17 yards,
6,
and they move the sticks.
First down, Ridgeline.
139 yards for Livingston. And he's going to add to that. He's on the sideline, far side. Another 17-yard gain. Ten catches, 156 yards, 2 touchdowns for Livingston. 17 of 20, 298, and 4 touchdowns for Dally. He could go over 300 yards passing right now. And he does. Nope, Livingston drops it. Once again, the clock did not start. This half should probably have been over about 2 minutes ago. With 1:57 to play in the first quarter, the clock didn't start for 3 plays. And it didn't start on that one either. There's 11 seconds left here in this first half. 49-7 Ridgeline. And they absolutely will tack on one more if they can. Give it to Perry. Perry, stop and start. Picks up 8.
Hudson Perry on the carry.
And Ridgeline, did Ridgeline call the timeout with 6 seconds left in the half? I think it's going to be third and about 3. I looked down at my stat sheet, didn't see who called that timeout. Ball's on the 20-yard line. Ridgeline does not kick field goals. And they literally, I think, when I was looking at the stats, have 0 field goals this year. Crosby West has kicked a bunch of PATs. William West has kicked a few more. At halftime, over in the Tooele Valley, Stansbury leads Mount Crest 28-14. Late in the first half, Crimson Cliffs leads Timpanogos 27-16, and West is on for a 37-yard field goal attempt. East was offsides. Unless somebody moved for Ridgeline, the end rusher was offsides. And that'll move them 5 yards closer. So East with their 4th penalty of the half. That's enough for a first down, but Ridgeline, I think, is going to go ahead and practice their field goal. They're going to leave the field goal team out there for a first down attempt. West, the left-footed kicker. Oh, excuse me, he's right-footed. Good snap, good hold, kicks up. Looks good and is good. Ridgeline, half 100. With 3 seconds to play in the first half. Ridgeline 52, East 7. We're taking a look at the scores of interest in 4A. Crimson Cliffs leads Timpanogos 27-16 late in that first half. Green Canyon on top of Snow Canyon 16-13 at halftime. Park City leading Skyview by a couple of scores, 20-7 at the half. Skyline leading Pineview 14-7 at the half, and Provo leading Salem Hills at the half 24-6. Hurricane up 23-0 on Highland late in that first half. One more playoff round at the home sites. And then they head for the turf up at Rice Eccles Stadium for the semifinals and the finals. So we'll have one more game for you, one more football game in this season for the game of the week. East with a return out to the 41, and that's going to run out the clock in the first half. The first half has been all Ridgeline. The Riverhawks lead 52-7. It'll be a running clock in the second half. You're watching the game of the week on the Valley Channel.
The referees now in the end zone. Preparatory for the kick. One kick. Carson will kick for the Bronco. Wilson Motor Bronco. New Bronco. Which is actually displayed on the turf south of the end zone. And then also, Ripken Jensen will kick for the $1,000. Carson Reynolds will kick the long field goal for the Wilson Motor sponsored Bronco. The ball will be placed on the 35-yard line. Hang tight. Wait for the players to come out. Maybe they can cheer you on. All right, guys, here's Carson. Give Carson some help and some hope. Here we go. Let's go, Cars. Here it goes. It looks good. It looks good. Oh, inches, feet away, Carson. Almost. The Carson does win. A mattress from the loop. Is that? Okay, we have one more kick. Ripken Jensen! Come here, Rip. Work. Oh, hello. Here's Ripken. Here he goes. Oh, he doesn't like the ball, how it's placed. Ripken in his Halloween costume. Here he goes. Ripken! Oh, almost Ripken. Again, Saturday, November 22nd, save the date. Ridgeline High School annual national fundraiser. Save anywhere from $50 to $2,500 off the weekly price. Brand new, high quality,
Back at Millville at Ridgeline High School, getting ready for the second half of this State 4A playoff game. Ridgeline leading East 52-7. Ridgeline doing everything right in that first half. Eric Olson along with you, taking a quick look at the stats. Domination on the board and on the stats. 94 total yards for East, 96 in the air, -2 rushing. Ridgeline 112 on the ground, 298 through the air, 410 total yards for the Riverhawks. Dally 17 of 21 for 298 yards and 4 touchdowns. Fia 10 carries, 85 yards and a touchdown. And Livingston 10 catches, 156 yards and 2 touchdowns. Lishman and Jones caught the other 2 touchdown passes. Roos was 9 of 15 for 96 yards and a touchdown. He also threw 2 interceptions. Cooley 3 for 62 in receiving and had a 54-yard touchdown reception to make it a ball game for a minute, 14-7 at that point. Ridgeline scored first time they touched the ball, a 79-yard catch and run by Owen Lishman.
Braxton Perry kicking.
East will get the ball to start the second half. Braxton Perry kicks it off. Cooley takes it about his own 5-yard line, all the way to the far sideline. And these are finally ridden out of bounds near the 20. So Coach Travis Cox thought maybe East would try to power the ball, and play some power football and run it and keep it out of the Ridgeline offense's hands, but because Ridgeline got up so early, got up by a couple of scores, East has had to throw the ball a lot, and Ridgeline has not made it easy on him. Bruce has thrown for 96 yards and a touchdown, but he's thrown 2 interceptions. He's been sacked twice, and he took a vicious hit just as he got rid of one earlier. This one a little bit high. All right, clock stopped. It's supposed to run. And the back judge and the white hat are all signaling for that, and they are. They say that I've been watching the clocks. They had some clock issues in the first half where it didn't run for 2 or 3 plays, and inside give. Crew Jones sets the edge and catches Otukolo and then puts him down for a 1-yard loss.
Jones, Cohen Richards on the tackle for Ridgeline. Otukolo on the carry for East.
2 of 8 on 3rd downs for East. 0 for 1 on 4th down. They got 2 first downs by a penalty. They've had a punt blocked. It's just been a nightmare of an outing for the Leopards, who finished this season so strong in region play. They just run into a buzzsaw as Jones takes down Roos.
Roos on the carry.
4th and 11 as Roos picks up a yard. And Brady Cook sets up shop about midfield. The punt game has been kind of a rodeo for East. They've had 1 blocked. The snap's been the problem. That one's low. Line drive kick fielded by Cook. Returns it down to about the 42.
On the punt return.
And after having 2 weeks off, I would imagine that Travis Cox is sending his first offense out there again and get him some reps. And I see Dally. Livingston, Fia, all the starters still out there. Cook, Lishman, Jet Jensen, your receiver to the far side. The other three I just mentioned to this near side. And Fia in the backfield with Dally. On 1st and 10. Dally wide open is Lishman. East bit hard on the screen. It's 42 yards. They set it up to make it look like the little wide receiver bubble screen. And two players bit on that, and Lishman just took off and was wide open. Touchdown. They scored on their first touch of the ball game. They score on their first touch of this second half.
Just in. All the Ridgeline apparel is half off. Crosby West kicking. Up and good. And in case you missed it, Nate Dally with a pass to Owen Lishman.
121 yards on 2 catches, 2 touchdowns for Owen Lishman. Nate Dally, 340 yards and 5 touchdown passes. And the route's on. Ridgeline on their way to the quarterfinals of the State 4A playoffs. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. Start your morning with flavor by going to Wendy's in Logan. You know, they serve breakfast at both locations. I hear they serve breakfast all day. That'd be great. Try their chicken biscuit, their breakfast baconator, or breakfast burrito. They're open till midnight. Swing by and check out Wendy's of Logan. Wendy's, quality is our recipe. 59-7. This one into the end zone, and the East will take over at the 20. Not the afternoon East was hoping to have. Again, they started the season 0-5, and they ended the season 5-1. They were really humming, putting up a lot of points. But it has been all Ridgeline, as we've seen all season long. I'm not surprised Ridgeline is winning. I think maybe I'm surprised by the margin. I thought maybe East would be a little tougher for them. Pick 6, house call. Braxton Perry.
Braxton Perry with the interception. And touchdown.
It's a beautiful Halloween evening, but it's raining and pouring on the East Leopards. 3rd interception of the afternoon for Roos. That was just a quick hitter. That play's worked all afternoon. Ridgeline, because Ridgeline's been playing off, well, Perry sniffed that one out, made a hard break on that ball, and took it back the other way, no problem. 66-7. Ridgeline on top. Game of the week.
Interception, runs into the end zone for the touchdown. If you put your attention to the east side of the stadium, around the fence, we have many.
Hey, you know what I love, and I shouldn't say this because Halloween's not over yet, but they have so many cool things you can do for your yard and garden. Christmas themed out at Anderson Seed and Garden. So you're going to start seeing that coming up here in the next few weeks, right? Go to AndersonSeedandGarden.com. Check out what they've got. But go to their website for helpful planning guides, seed catalogs, everything else to help you plan ahead for what you want to do with your yard or garden next year. It's Anderson Seed and Garden, the Game of the Week sponsor. I think the only thing we haven't had in this game is a kick return for a touchdown. We've had a blocked punt. We've had a field goal, which doesn't sound all that crazy unless you realize that Ridgeline just doesn't kick field goals. You've had an interception return for a touchdown, touchdown passes, touchdown runs, long passes, long runs. That's the only thing we haven't seen is a punt or a kick return for a touchdown. Nine touchdowns.
Okay, we have the
for
Ridgeline ball toss coming up.
They've scored on every possession.
Stand up and get ready. Cheerleaders will throw them.
And then they've just scored defensively. Cooley goes in motion. Roos looking to the edge, and it's over the head of his intended receiver.
Again, last week, a lot of ceremony blankets were given out. A lot of balls thrown. Here they come. Here's the balls for a ceremony blanket. First one's thrown and caught. Second one's thrown. A little hard. Well, balls are being thrown all over in the stadium.
The winner of this game,
bring them up here to get a blanket. Bring them up to the announcers.
Unless something unbelievable happens, it's going to be Ridgeline. Maybe looking ahead, Ridgeline would host the winner of the Skyview Park City game, and that one's still a close ball game. The inside give to Otukolo, and Otukolo back to the line of scrimmage.
Jonathan Grohl.
7 carries, 13 yards for number 2.
Otukolo, number 2, on the carry for East. A reminder, please bring your ball up to the announcers.
Park City's moved out in front of Skyview now, 23-7.
Could be a blanket.
It's 3rd and 10 for East. 2 of 9 on 3rd downs. Look out, Roos in trouble, steps out of it, completes it for about 7 yards.
Otukolo. Reception for East. Immediately brought down.
And it's 4th down.
By Trey Henninger. Brought down by Trey.
And East is just going to go ahead and kick it away. Running clock with the score discrepancy. It's a 59-point score deficit for East. Here's Cook. Are we going to get our kick return that we were talking about? We are not, because of a good tackle by Suleiman.
Brought down by Solomon. Just in. This is just in.
Green Canyon has added to their lead. They lead Snow Canyon 23-13 now. That is an upset a brewing. Upset alert in southern Utah. Green Canyon leading Snow Canyon 23-13. About midway through the 3rd quarter, Snow Canyon, the number 3 seed. In danger. Is it Daly out there still? Yeah, it's Daly and the ones are still out there. Cook goes in motion, handed off to Fiafia, off the right side, into the secondary.
No, Fiafia.
9 yards.
The carry close to a 1st down.
11 carries, 94 yards for number 30.
Brings up 2nd down and 1. Barlow on the tackle for the Leopards.
.4:15 to play in the 3rd quarter. Ridgeline 66, East 7. Here comes the blitz. Daly hangs it out there. He's got a man wide open. It's Jensen. Jensen at the 20, inside the 15.
Jensen on the reception.
30 yards for the sophomore.
Ridgeline heading north. Creer on the tackle for East.
Somehow Jensen got wide open. 370 yards for Daly now. He needed 795 to have the all-time best season yardage-wise for a quarterback at Ridgeline. Well, he's put 370 up today, so he's a lot closer. Still at least one more game left for him, possibly as many as 3. Delay a game for Ridgeline, their 6th penalty of the afternoon as the sun slips behind the Wellsville Mountains behind us. It's been a beautiful Halloween afternoon here at Ridgeline with the 4 p.m. kick. The games next week are slated to kick at 4 p.m. as well. We'll cross our fingers for one more week of good weather, then it can just start snowing. Give it to West, up the middle, down inside the 5. A gain of 13.
Crosby West on the run, close to the goal line. Behind that offensive line. First and goal.
Ridgeline getting ready to punch it in again. 71, their high scoring game this season. I'll have to go back and double check that, but I'm pretty sure they had a 70-point game. I know they had a 70-point game. I think they had a 71-point game. If they put it in the end zone here, they're going to be over 71. They are not going to do it here, as West is walloped by Tuiono.
Tuiono on the tackle.
He
Crosby
lost
West
2
on the carry.
yards. West, the blocking back. Now they hand it right up the middle. No, they give it to West. The blocking back
touchdown, Crosby behind that offensive line.
was William West, I believe. Crosby West takes it in from 4 yards out. .72 on the board. It was Lishman that was the blocking back. There you go. 72 on the board for Ridgeline. West, who just ran it in, steps back to try to add one more. And he does. 73-7, 1:45 to play in the third. Ridgeline rolling.
Heading north, off the carry into the end zone, touchdown, Ridgeline.
At the Old Grist Mill in Logan, they mill their own flour fresh every day. Bake artisan breads, pastries, delicious sandwiches, all right from scratch. You can browse their menu and order online. Learn more about their milling and baking process on their website, logangristmill.com. Whether you're shopping, whether you're stopping in for breakfast or lunch, or maybe just want a fresh loaf to take home, the Old Grist Mill is dedicated to quality, flavor, and community. The Old Grist Mill, a Game of the Week sponsor. Man, how did we ever buy anything before the interwebs? We had to drive in there to find out what was on the menu. Now we can look at home and think about it and salivate all the way there. Suleiman, look out! Suleiman breaks through, needs a block and he gets it. But it's going to come back because that was a blind side. Suleiman takes that 99 yards. But Hudson Perry was really walloped. You can't peel back anymore and earhole somebody Even if it's not a clip, even if you get him in the side, you can't do it anymore. And that was the block that sprung him back at the 45-yard line. And Hudson Perry heading back for the sideline. What day is it, Hudson? And he said Finland. You can tell when he took his helmet off, he's like, ooh. So that's a 15-yard penalty, and instead of there was our kick return. There was our kick return. And they wipe it off the board. That was a pretty slick kick return, too, 99 yards. Suleiman picked up the block he needed, but it was an illegal one. And East back on the field.
Personal foul. First and 10 for East.
They're in the fourth quarter at Stansbury, and Stansbury is still leading Mountain Crest by 2 scores, 35-21. A lot of backup players in the ball game now for Ridgeline. Roos with the completion.
Jackson
Tuomoheloa. About 4 yards.
Among others on the tackle. Tuomoheloa on the reception for East.
.20 seconds to play in the third quarter. Roos hanging it up there. Throws it just a bit inside. He throws it to the outside shoulder. Maybe his receiver can make the adjustment. He throws it inside, and Henninger's right there to knock it down. Third down. Roos is now 11 of 20 for 107 yards and a touchdown. 3 interceptions, though. That's the end of the third quarter. So the final 12 minutes of somebody's season coming up. 73-7. Ridgeline all over East on the game of the week. Well, we've had a lot of great sponsors all season long, and every year we have a lot of great local sponsors. Many of our sponsors have been back year after year supporting the local high school students and the local high schools, putting their money where their mouths are, and making it all about the local community. Special thanks to all of our sponsors. One more Valley Channel Game of the Week football game this season. And then the basketball season will be getting underway in a few weeks. Jailbreak blitz, and Roos runs through everybody, hit at the 30, and finally taken down.
Marcus Wallace on the tackle.
30 yards. Biggest play of the night on the ground.
On the carry.
For East. Their biggest play was a 54-yard touchdown from Roos to Cooley in the first quarter, made it 14-7, and it's been all Ridgeline since then. 59 unanswered since then. Give it off to Otukolo, and he picks up 3.
Shawley on the tackle for Ridgeline. Otukolu.
Shawley was there to take him down. 2nd and 7. Otukolo, the lone back in the backfield, and Roos going to keep it. Nobody open, turns it upfield. Takes a hit from Jackson Zollinger.
Roos on the carry. Jackson
picks up 6.
On
7
the
carries,
tackle
20
for
yards
Ridgeline.
for Roos. He was minus 16 when he picked up 30 a minute ago. 37 yards rushing for East on the afternoon, 107 through the air. Ridgeline has pretty much their entire backup defense in the ball game now, and I'm sure their backup offense will be in there also.
Otukolo.
Otukolo needed a yard, he got 2.
Shawley and others on the tackle for Ridgeline.
So it's first down for East at the 16. Roos to pass. Otukolo's all by himself out in the flat, hauls it in, picks up 8.
Joe Campbell on the tackle for Ridgeline.
Otukolo, I'm watching him after that hit, and he's in the huddle, but he was kind of bent over and holding that left arm like, I don't know, maybe he got a stinger or something. He seems to be okay now. It's 2nd and 2. 8:40 to play in a 73-7 game. Pretty much all over but the crying here in Millville. Different runner in there now. I think that was Simisi Mapa, number 1. Was that 1? Might have been 7. It might have been Roos. It is Roos. Pardon me. He's down on the ground. He really took a hit right at the 1 yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal, but Roos has taken a couple of big hits. Ball's going to be at the 3 yard line. He picked up about 3. It's going to be 1st and goal. And they're still working on Roos. He looks like maybe it's his back that. He wants to get up, but they're being very careful there. So Ridgeline will go ahead and move on to host the winner of the Skyview Park City game. Last update we had on that one, Park City was winning that game by a couple of scores. They haven't updated that score yet. It's 23-7, the last score he had out of that ball game. In the other bracket, the Hurricane Highland winner will play the Salem Hills Provo winner as Roos makes his way off the field. Crimson Cliffs Timpanogos winner will play the Stansbury Mountain Crest winner, and Stansbury at the start of the 4th quarter was up by 14 in that one. Snow Canyon Green Canyon winner will take on the Skyline Pineview winner, and Green Canyon still leading Snow Canyon by 10 late in that ball game. The late receiver comes on for East. Press coverage down here on this end. Turn and hand it, running for the end zone is Otukolo.
Otukolo, touchdown.
And he puts 6 on the board.
East.
The 5'11", 190-pound senior with the 3-yard score. 10 carries, 21 yards, and a touchdown for number 2. Cooley puts the kick through. It's 73-14 with 7:58 to play in the ball game. Ridgeline on top of East in the game of the week on the Valley Channel. We were talking earlier about some of the records that some of these players are chasing. Daly is number 2 in the Ridgeline record books for touchdown passes in a season with 36. 55 set by Caden Cox is the mark. Well, Daly had 36 coming in. He's got 41 now after today. And 114 career touchdowns, passes. It's his 4th best. He's got the 4th best season as far as yards go. 4th best of any quarterback. It's his 3rd best. 185 yards from 3rd, which would be his 2nd best, and he's eclipsed that big time as he has 370 yards today, and he's done for the day. 795 for the most yards ever by a Ridgeline quarterback. So that means he needs 425 yards in however many games they have left, and he absolutely could do that. Livingston needs 4 touchdowns to tie Jackson Olsen and Strat Simmons for the best touchdown season for receivers. Well, now he only needs 2 because he had 2 today. Remember, Olsen and Simmons both got rings with that state championship team. Of course, Jackson Olsen, a little bit near and dear to my heart. He's my nephew. And he got all of his athletic ability from me because, I don't have mine anymore. So that's where he must have got it from. What little I ever did have. Crew Cox is in there. He's going to turn and hand it off.
Hudson Perry on the carry.
Hudson Perry
headed south, moves the chains.
Picking up a couple.
Down Ridgeline.
14 yards for Perry.
Lopez on the tackle for East.
Some of the other records that are in danger of falling. Livingston needs 526 yards coming into this game for the number 1 receiving yards. Not just touchdowns, but yards this season, and he has 156 tonight, so that's well within reach.
Perry on the carry.
Perry with 8 more.
Gain of 6 or 7 yards.
$158 yards on the ground so far for Ridgeline. 528 total yards for the Riverhawks. Clock running down towards 6 minutes to play. 2nd and 2. Cox is going to put it in the air. What a grab. Hayden Miller reaches out.
Drew Cox.
And they pick up 5.
Miller. Moves the chains. First down Ridgeline.
It's always nice to get your 2s and 3s some varsity time, and Ridgeline's gotten plenty of that for their 2s and 3s and 4s this season. Cox handing it to Perry again. Somehow he pops out of that pile and picks up 11.
On the carry. Tuiono on the tackle.
Well, it'll probably be a long, quiet bus ride home for the East Leopards. And again, I mentioned this, I mentioned it earlier. Coach Travis Cox was telling me before the game, he said the East, their coach should really be commended. He held this team together after An 0-5 start. That's Joe Tukuafo. They were 0-5 start. They didn't score a touchdown in their first 4 games as Cox drops the snap and has to just fall down on it. And he said he held that team together, and then they made a run in region. They finished 3rd in region. They were putting up points. They won 4 of their last 5. And, well, 5 out of the last 6 as they started 0-5 and ended up 5-6 on the season. He really was very complimentary of the East coach, and he said, I've never met him, but man, he's done a heck of a job. Everybody coming after Cox. They call a screen, and Perry's got a lot of room in front of him. Perry inside the 20.
Perry on the reception. Moves the chains. First down. Ridgeline.
23 yards. Four minutes to play in the ball game. 73-14, Ridgeline. All the starters just watching now for the Riverhawks as Crew Cox is looking to throw the screen, but Brody Blaylock says nah.
Blaylock
jumps up and bats it down. So it's 2nd and 10. Cox 2 of 3 for 28 yards on this drive. Three wide receivers to the left side. Hand it off to Perry. Perry patiently waits. Wrestled down by James Vi, 6'2", 240-pound senior.
James Vi.
Perry picks up a couple. 6 carries, 40 yards for Perry. Ridgeline getting to the point where if they wanted to, they could just take a knee. But still 2:35 to play. Here's Perry right up the middle. Brought down at the 2.
Perry behind that offensive line. Carries the ball close to the goal line. Barlow on the tackle. Jace Hansen anchoring the offense currently for Ridgeline. Crew Cox quarterbacking for Ridgeline. And Perry in the backfield.
Now Ridgeline taking some time. Again, I don't know, will they try to score here or with their backup unit? They're just going to run the clock down as far as they can and then take a timeout. 2:01 to play in the ball game. 73-14, ball on the 2-yard line. Ridgeline with all their backups in there and a big lead. See if
Wonderful
they just
evening, beautiful weather on Halloween.
See if they just take a couple of knees.
We
They've
hope
got
everybody
50.
stays safe tonight.
They got about 75 seconds of play clock.
And Alex Hansen up here in the booth with me, helping me out tonight.
And they have
we want to thank the band,
120 on the game clock, so they turn it over. They can if they want. We'll see what they do. 175 yards rushing right now.
Halloween evening on this Friday night and a wonderful weekend.
For Ridgeline.
First down, Ridgeline.
573 total yards. It's just been total domination by Ridgeline right from the start. Clock's going to start. And they're telling Crew Cox, Jake, just take your time. Let the clock run here. And it looks like they may just start taking knees. And Crew Cox does take a knee. Yeah, they'll have to snap it at least one more time.
Scores of interest.
Maybe
Canyon
two.
23, Snow Canyon 20. Crimson Cliffs 34, Timpanogos 19.
23-20 now.
21, Stansbury 42.
23-20 now. Snow Canyon creeping up on Green Canyon as Ridgeline just taking some knees to get this one in the books. Late in the ball game at Park City, Skyview trails by 10, 23-13. Still about 7-8 minutes to go in that one. Mountain Crest now down 42-21 at Stansbury. We'll keeping our eye on that Green Canyon, Snow Canyon game. 23-20, 4 minutes to play in that one. That would be a big upset. Crimson Cliffs, the champion. Looks like they're moving on as they are up big late in that ball game, 41-19 over Timpanogos. Well, we got a little bit of a scuffle going on here, but Coach Cox out onto the field as somebody got knocked down on a snap, and the clock's running out. We'll see what happens after this ball game. Now there's a little bit of bad blood going. 73-14, Ridgeline with the win, and they're going to move on to play the Park City Skyview winner next week right here. We'll have the game on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. We hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on the Game of the Week.